Pisces, I have to do that. My oceans of emotions. It wouldn't be the same if I didn't do it. But this is the slightly updated new version of how I do the monthlies. 5 key points, 5 key dates, and 5 key astrological energies for Sun in Pisces, for rising sign in Pisces. Everything you need to know about July 2023. Let's crack on. So Pisces, my lovely oceans of emotions. I know a lot of you Pisces have been going through a pretty tough time. And I think, Saturn retrograde in your sign at the moment will help you regroup, rebreathe, get back into some kind of sense of normality and an ability to feel you're back in charge. But let's look at point 1, because point 1 covers 2 days, the 2nd and the 3rd of July. But let's start with the 2nd first, because this is about the sign of Leo, which of course is your 6th house of health, service to others. It's also about, it can be about our day-to-day routine. Now it's Leo, and you've got Venus here. Venus is the sign of love and relationship. It's also about self-worth. It can also be about finance and money. And it's in this part of your chart for some time, but I'll come to that a bit later, because on the 2nd, and it'll kind of drift into the 3rd as well, when we have a full moon, and I'm going to come to that in a minute, but it's squaring my big outer boy Uranus, our planet of shocks, the unexpected, all manner of things that really are just too challenging to deal with, in Taurus, in your 3rd house of communication. Eek. Are you talking before you think? Are you speaking before you think? Because are you coming out with things that others are really kind of going, whoa, you're Pisces, you don't normally talk like that. Well, in one sense, Pisces, I think you're finding your voice. And I think you are beginning to say, enough. I will be taken seriously. I will be heard. I will be listened to. And that's all well and good. But this energy is asking you to just be mindful that you don't literally throw the goldfish out of the goldfish bowl. So just be mindful of that. Cool it. Slow down, because we're going to come to some slowing down energy in a little bit. Let's look at the 3rd of July, because this is this full moon in Capricorn in your 11th house of hopes and wishes, of projects. It's also the community at large. It's a full moon. What have you been working on that really has gone past its sell-by date? What do you need to change? What do you need to bring closure to? What do you need to coolly kind of prune from your tree of growth? What does not serve you anymore? Think about that, Pisces, with this full moon. Mercury, the planet of communication, is conjunct the Sun in Cancer, opposite in the 5th house, this full moon. It's asking you to really have a good kind of think and communication, I think, with yourself about, think of that energy in Leo in the 3rd, and then we've got the Taurus energy Leo in the 6th, Taurus energy in the 3rd, where we've got Uranus and Jupiter, all sort of expansive, explosive energy for the way you communicate. So be mindful of that. Let's look at point 2, because point 2 is July the 12th. And this is really quite interesting energy, because the North Node that has been in your 3rd house, Taurus, and your 11th house, Scorpio, respectively, the South Node, for the last 18 months, are shifting. So the North Node is moving into Aries, which is cardinal, and that's your 2nd house of finance. This is good. This is super cool. This is opposite your 8th house, Libra, cardinal, other people's money, joint finance. So you're going to have the North Node and the South Node bringing in, reaping the rewards of what you've already sown. It's taken a long time for you to sow the seeds that you need to reap the benefits of, Pisces. This North Node going into Aries in your 2nd house of finance finally sees you getting the reins of all of these issues around your financial setup, the work you do, how you make your money. And what this will do is give you the confidence to start actually working more with your plans and creative ideas. Now, they're going to be in this part of your chart for the next 18 months. So you've got plenty of time to enjoy this energy. You're going to have eclipses both in your 2nd house and your 8th house, Aries and Libra, which I will come to separately when we go through eclipse season in the videos forthcoming later this year. But let's move on to point 3, if I can hold up 3 fingers. How many have I got there? And I've not had a whiskey yet. Right, July the 17th. We have 2 more aspects for this date as well. I'm kind of squeezing them in a bit here. I'm kind of cramming them in. But first of all, let's look at your 6th house, Leo. This is figuring quite a lot. This is the house, remember, of service to others, day-to-day routine. Venus was there, is still there. This is about Mercury, the planet of communication. It's now moved into Leo, into your 6th house, and it's squaring Jupiter, the big boy of opportunity, being loud, being extrovert, being out there, opportunities. Taurus, your 3rd house of communication. Let's just cool it down a minute, Pisces, because, you know, you're going to get that water you live in all boiling with all this hot under the collar stuff. Let's just see what this is about. There is something going on in your day-to-day routine that you need to not overthink, that you need to get back into some kind of level of balance and kind of common sense. Also, you need to watch out for any health issues you've not dealt with that are lingering, and get something done about it, because that Jupiter can expand any problem you've got, and the Mercury means I've got to go and talk to the doctor. That could be what that's about. Now, also this day, we have the new moon in Cancer, and this, of course, is in your 5th house of creativity, children. It's also about the arts, it's about music, drama, everything kind of that's colourful and creative. It's a new moon, and it's bringing in the energy of your 11th house of significant kind of projects that you work on, and the community at large, that group of people that you want to get your projects out to. Super energy, 17th of July. Put it in your calendar. Watch out for the Mercury square Jupiter, but, you know, use that new moon energy in a really constructive way, and you can start bringing in some results from the projects that have been kind of like waiting on the back burner, waiting for you to get the green light to go ahead with them. Now let's come on to point 4, because this is July 23rd. And this is also about your 6th house, Leo. It's about Venus again. Venus, our planet of love, relationship, money, value, self-worth. Venus on the 23rd goes retrograde. Let's just first think about what Venus means in the 6th house. She's kind, she's loving. She's giving you an opportunity, I think, to bring in some necessary kind of healing to your soul. That's how I see this energy. She's going to be retrograde till September and doesn't enter Virgo, your 7th house of significant relationships, until October. Now, Venus going retrograde, it's the revisiting, the regrouping, the re-looking at, the rewinding, returning. Is there a routine that you've had which actually, when you used it, worked quite well for you and attracted people into your life, the clients that you needed if you're self-employed, the situations that you needed into your business or into the work that you do? This is something about having the opportunity to revisit something, to redo. Now, some people have asked me, does Venus retrograde mean a relationship breaks down? Well, I suppose in a nightmare scenario, depending on what else is going on in your chart, it could do. But I don't really play into that kind of energy. It's a bit like saying with Mercury retrograde means all communication is going to go up the spout and my computer's going to break. Yes, in some instances those things happen, but you know what? They probably would have happened anyway. This is about Venus retrograde. This is giving you an opportunity to get back a routine that really worked for you. You might have tried lots of different ways of doing things to make your life better, to cope with certain health issues that might have come up. Listen, do what works. Venus is giving you that opportunity. By October, you can really start then gaining the benefits in your personal close relationships because you've changed the way you do your everyday life. So that has to be good. Let's move on to point 5. Point 5 is also July 23rd, and it's in your 2nd house of finance. Now this is Aries. Now this, remember, is where the North Node is going to be. Chiron's here, our centaur, our wounded healer, in this part of your chart to do with finance and self-worth. How you earn your money, the work you do, what you do to earn your money. Remember, with retrograde, revisit, relook, return, redo, remain, renew. Chiron is about those inner wounds. Do you have a inner wound about money? Do you have an inner thought, oh, I've never got enough? It goes out, it never comes in. Why can't I somehow keep money? Listen, Pisces, you need to look at Chiron seriously and think, how can I wound these thoughts? How can I heal these thoughts I have, which are damaging to my psyche and my thoughts about me deserving abundance? That's what I think this is about. You do deserve abundance, Pisces. I know Saturn in your sign is going to make you feel a little bit as if there's restrictions and limitations. It's just giving you structure and security. Trust it. Use Chiron to heal your thinking about your financial status. Heal it. Say, I love that I'm rich now. I love that money flows into me. Pam Gregory, great astrologer, she said in one of her videos about using this phrase, I love it when, I love it when. And I've talked about it in a couple of my other videos and credited her with it because, Pam, if you ever watch this, it's brilliant. And I think it is absolutely so simple and just makes the point. I love it that my thinking is now very healthy about the fact that I deserve to get the money I need to value my services. So let's leave it on that note, Pisces, my little oceans of emotions. And I wish you a lovely month ahead. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I look forward, and subscribe to my website. I always forget that. pennydix.com. Remember that. We've got some cool things coming up soon. Soon, not long. Something's been retrograde. Anyway, Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.